expectations we have for a president that have been observed by Republicans and Democrats previously.
It's so
That's
funny.
actually right before, yes, because when we reached out to make the call, he and his wife, actually his wife, had mentioned that they had just been binge watching Friends.
A single rumor was enough to ignite the online sphere, sparking a flurry of shares, comments, and far-fetched debates. What started as a stray piece of gossip hinting that the 44th president of the United States had grown close to a cherished Hollywood star soon evolved into a feverish account of Michelle Obama's supposed heartbreak, a looming divorce, and the secret machinations behind one of the world's most recognized couples. Even without any solid proof to support these tales, the chatter took on a life of its own, culminating in the allegation, repeated as though it were established truth, that Barack Obama not only engaged in a discreet relationship with Jennifer Aniston, but also privately admitted to it. Whether this confession was ever voiced or merely invented in virtual echo chambers remains unverified. Yet that hasn't stopped dedicated pockets of social media from hailing it as a sensational bombshell. Tracing the rumor's origins leads back to an anonymous post on X, formerly Twitter, where someone asserted they had exclusive details about a personal link between Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston. That post mentioned how a friend of the actress had supposedly let something slip concerning a powerful figure in Jennifer's orbit, an assertion that internet onlookers interpreted as referring to Obama. Initially, most people dismissed it as far-fetched. After all, the notion that Barack Obama, ex-president, author, and internationally recognized statesman, was involved in a clandestine affair with Jennifer Aniston, who is endlessly chased by paparazzi, seemed wildly implausible. Both are under near constant media scrutiny, making a secret affair among the toughest things to keep hidden. Nevertheless, the internet has repeatedly shown that even the least believable gossip can catch fire if it's alluring enough. As this unverified tidbit multiplied on various social platforms, it started to mingle with another rumor, that Michelle and Barack Obama were already grappling with marital strains. Pieces of talk circulating online singled out Michelle's occasional trips without Barack or her absence at events he attended, interpreting these as indicators of friction. Those who accepted these clues argued that if their marriage truly was vulnerable, any suggestion of Barack stepping out would be the final straw.
There have been maybe 3 or 4 instances where you do get a call in the middle of the night. So, for example, when the typhoon hit Japan, Fukushima.
Right.
And you're not sure what exactly is going to be happening. It's the other side of the world, so it's the middle of the night.
From there, the story escalated rapidly. Barack Obama not only carried on a hidden relationship with Jennifer Aniston, but apparently confessed it, leaving Michelle shocked, angry, and planning her exit. Soon enough, certain gossip sites spread the idea that Michelle had begun meeting with legal pros to orchestrate what some dubbed the divorce of the century. With that rumor in firm circulation, the claim that Barack Obama admitted to a secret affair delivered a dramatic twist. If Barack had indeed come clean, it would be tough for Michelle to pretend not to know of any transgression. Suddenly, tabloids had fresh meat. Barack was not just rumored to be entangled with Jennifer, he had evidently confirmed it. This narrative cast Michelle as the betrayed spouse, blindsided by her husband's rumored involvement with a globally famous actress. These stories painted Michelle as brokenhearted, mortified, and deeply unsure of her next steps. Certain corners of the internet took it further, depicting her on the phone with high-powered DC lawyers, determined to retain her dignity and claim any assets she felt entitled to after so many years. The rumor mill churned out dramatized scenarios in which Michelle was set to proceed with divorce paperwork in secrecy. Jennifer Aniston, on her side, appeared just as unmoved in public. She continued her filming duties, gave fans snapshots of her regular routines, and maintained the good-humored manner she's known for when dealing with tabloid buzz. The wry remarks she made about the situation drew chuckles from followers, many of whom have witnessed countless speculative stories about her personal affairs over the years. Predictably, for devotees of the confession storyline, her easygoing attitude was regarded as a strategic front. According to that perspective, if Barack had actually confessed, Jennifer's only choice would be to downplay or trivialize the whole thing so it wouldn't dominate headlines. Her laid-back stance was thus interpreted as an attempt to put some distance between herself and the mounting gossip that threatened to overshadow her actual career news. Then, a new element injected unexpected momentum.
Oh, no, that's where the woman, yes, the spa. I worked at the spa on 86th Street and where they did at the time electrolysis, because it was the late 80s. And they didn't have any of the technology that we had. And one woman did actually say, would you like to read this book called Dianetics? And I had no idea. And I'm like, what is that? And I came home and my mother threw it away, and I don't know what happened. But turned out then I later learned that was the Scientology.
A political commentator with a substantial following hinted that reputable journalists were aware of the alleged admission and were investigating. This individual declared that mainstream coverage would surface any day, supplying rumor advocates with renewed faith they were on the brink of validation. However, as the days and weeks passed with no major expose, critics insisted this showed the lead was hollow, while supporters maintained that a major reveal was inevitable. In the absence of verifiable updates, the rumor persisted mainly through sheer repetition, not fresh evidence. Observers noted that what the key figures were doing in their real lives didn't back the rumor either. Barack continued his philanthropic causes, spoke at leadership events, and worked on his writing. Michelle carried on with her advocacy in education, wellness, and community outreach, typically radiating a hopeful energy not in keeping with any supposed marital meltdown. Meanwhile, Jennifer Aniston forged ahead with her film and TV endeavors, giving interviews in which she occasionally joked about the rumors, but mostly highlighted her professional focus and personal contentment. None of them displayed any public signals of a looming crisis, suggesting that the sensational story of a shocking confession clashed starkly with their calm, day-to-day routines. Even so, the rumor's ability to endure showed just how eager people can be for enthralling behind-the-scenes tidbits about high-profile public figures. An unsubstantiated claim can flourish simply because it promises an explosive secret that official channels won't dignify, likely seeing it as too nonsensical to address. In a media-saturated climate, any attempts at debunking are quickly overshadowed by the buzz, allowing the fiction to overshadow reality. Ironically, it's often the total lack of proof that makes these rumors even more captivating. The spark of maybe it's true invites speculation, and that speculation multiplies with each repost, fueling its own continued propagation. All of this shows that once a rumor hits a certain level of virality, it takes on its own momentum, almost immune to any fact-checking. For some, the possibility that Barack Obama disclosed a hidden relationship with Jennifer Aniston still feels thrilling, no matter how illogical it seems.
But, what you start realizing is that they ground you and they give you perspective, and over time that makes you better, right? So I'd be down dealing with some legislative issue, trying to pass Obamacare, or trying to deal with some international issue, Iraq, Afghanistan. Then I come up, and my girls, they don't want to hear anything about that.
Each retelling adds another layer of fascination, and each new cycle of debate, skeptical or not, helps keep the story alive. Paradoxically, the more it's talked about, the more certain people suspect a kernel of truth, perpetuating a pattern of both belief and skepticism. This entire episode also sheds light on how swiftly a person's public image can be yanked into chaos by digital whispers. Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston each uphold carefully honed reputations, his as a principled leader and intellectual, hers as a beloved actress deftly handling relentless gossip. If one accepts the rumor as reality, that cultivated image gets tossed into a narrative of veiled desire and deceit, supposedly so significant that Obama owned up to it in confidence. That sensational angle likely explains why it's proven so difficult to quash, regardless of the glaring absence of any concrete backing. Still, a number of commentators argue that if Barack had genuinely admitted to an affair, it would spark an immediate media storm. Major outlets across TV, print, and digital spheres would scramble to cover every detail, given his global prominence. To them, the lack of such coverage is evidence that nothing substantial exists. Yet the public appetite for scandal remains, widening the gap between what's real and what's fabricated for those who revel in dramatic speculation rather than verified data. Eventually, one of two things will likely happen. The rumor might fizzle out as new controversies occupy the collective mind, or it could linger in niche internet circles, flaring up each time a stray photo or ambiguous remark resurfaces. None of the main figures, Barack, Michelle, or Jennifer, have offered direct statements on the matter, while Jennifer's witty asides serve as the closest thing to a refusal of the rumors. Cynics say that unless someone plainly labels it false and maybe threatens legal consequences, a segment of online users will continue hinting that Barack truly made such an admission.
Expectations we have for a president that have been observed by Republicans and Democrats previously. And maybe most importantly, and most disconcertingly, what we've seen is what some people call truth decay, something that's been accelerated by outgoing President Trump. This sense that not only do we not have to tell the truth?
Others argue that confronting it so firmly would only add oxygen to the fire. Throughout these discussions, Michelle Obama is frequently placed in a precarious spotlight. If the gossip of Barack's confession were genuine, she'd face a conundrum: publicly wear the stigma of marital betrayal or opt for a private approach to mending. Many who admire her candor in her memoir believe she'd address such a revelation head-on if it were valid. After all, the supposed admission is at odds with everything she's conveyed about her bond with Barack. Conversely, if nothing of the sort ever happened, there would be no reason for her to respond to mere internet chatter. Thus, she remains outwardly composed, focused on her advocacy, and seemingly undisturbed by the rumors suggesting heartbreak or divorce. At the core of this saga stands the stubborn claim Barack Obama admits to a secret affair with Jennifer Aniston. For some, it's the epitome of scandal, fusing the worlds of DC politics and Hollywood celebrity into an astonishing storyline. For others, it's a baseless rumor that perfectly illustrates how the virtual grapevine can dominate reality. Once a high-stakes tale takes off, it can gain credibility simply by being repeated enough times. The internet's appetite for the dramatic ensures that even the flimsiest story can linger, propelled by anyone who finds it too juicy to disregard. In the end, a central question remains: how does one refute such a rumor in an age where virality often overtakes factual reporting? If Barack were to deny any confession or romance, believers might accuse him of covering up. If Jennifer were to abandon her playful remarks and get stern, skeptics might interpret that as overreaction. If Michelle stated unequivocally she wasn't divorcing, rumor promoters could claim she was preserving an image.
From being together, although we were still stressing about the results of the election and people were, in a way, there was a certain kind of need to connect that was going on. There was an excitement, a love. And then we just shut down.
In essence, a rumor of this scale can twist any response, or lack thereof, into evidence for its own narrative, leaving public figures in a modern bind. At present, the story is purely a product of conjecture, unaccompanied by proof that Barack Obama ever admitted anything akin to an affair with Jennifer Aniston. Still, it continues to bob to the surface of social media feeds and tabloid blogs, driven more by intrigue than substance. Eager internet users sift through the Obamas and Anistons' every statement, photo, or action in hopes of validating the claim that a confession did indeed happen. Meanwhile, all three maintain their respective activities and commitments, appearing largely unaffected by the swirling rumors that insist some shocking event occurred off-stage. One possibility is that at some point, a definitive source or the individuals themselves will deliver a conclusive answer, either confirming or negating the rumor, thereby closing the chapter. Alternatively, this story could gradually dissolve into the digital background, supplanted by fresh rumors equally lacking in facts. What is absolutely clear is that through a tangle of gossip portals, nameless accounts, and a fervor for scandal, this tale has become a vivid case study of how rapidly fabricated narratives can overshadow reality. Without an authoritative denial or irrefutable proof, whispers about Barack's purported confession will persist on social networks, captivating those who find the prospect too intriguing to abandon.